So it's Wednesday and I'm on somebody else's plot. I like to pop along and see a few people every now and then, and one of the person that I've come to see today is a world record holder. I've come down to see him in Sunderland. It's about 35 minutes from my house, and I've agreed to come down and see Paul Rochester, who currently holds the world record for the heaviest leek, and he also holds the UK record for the largest radish, which you'll be able to see on the previous videos from Malvern over the last few years. But I do like coming down and seeing Paul. Would never on. I've been here for a good few hours, and I need to get going home. I need to get back to my plot, but I'll just give you an idea of Paul's plot because it's fantastic. The amount of ideas I've had and been given, and like I say, he's a mountain of knowledge, and he's quite happy to give it as well. So we'll have a quick look around. He's given us permission to, and we'll see what his leeks and everything like, because it's not often I get to come down and see how things are growing. It's normally afterwards. Just at the front of his garden here, he's got several polytunnels. He's also got a massive greenhouse as well. He's got his sunflowers at the top here. One thing I do think's amazing is the fact that he doesn't need to cover his cabbages and stuff. Everything's all covered with the weeds at present. It's got leeks and onions and Brussels sprouts and butternut squashes and all sorts going on in here. A quick look down the bottom. It's already had loads and loads of courgettes, maras. These strawberries are absolutely fantastic as well. He says he's had barrels and buckets off them, and all the runners are coming off. He says I can take a few. So I'll be coming away with some of these runners for Leslie and the kids. But the strawberries in there, butternut squash, he just left it to get on with it. Inside here he's given a go of cucumbers this year, heavy cucumbers, which you can see, unfortunately says one of this side's snapped, but he's already got a nice sized cucumber in there already. And if I come across this side, he's a bit short with it, but he's going to keep this one for seed. That one. This plant cantaloupe, he's got a couple more on as well. There's one there and there's one there, so we might get that one for Malvern if he takes this one off. He's put some brassicas in here. He's got beetroot, standard beetroot, carrots, all in the ground. So there's a nice grapevine in the back here. Got some grapes on, and you can see he's got his leeks. Different types of leeks he's got in here. He's got them all collared up. By I mean collared up, I mean taken away for the light, so that they're all whiten off around the barrel and base of the leek. So this is just one polytunnel. I'll have a look in there. Inside here he's got his other leeks. Oh, looking nice and tidy, nice and clean. Got a couple of seed heads from previous leeks. This is always thinking for next year. And in this bed here, he's got his second stage sown of radish. A bit bigger than mine. He says we've lost a lot of radish this year. I think it's just due to the heat. But these are ones put on a bit later. I'll show you the ones that's in there. In here he's got his giant carrots on the left. All of his seed heads have been shaved. So he's basically cut them all off, because on the seed heads themselves, leek heads, you want the grass, which is these little things here, because they make a clone of the plant. And if you keep the flowers on, it produces seed, and the tops are here once they dry out. But if you shave them all off and leave a bit on the top, these will produce like bulbils, which you have there, and also grass, which end up just shaking them off in a bit of water and domestos, just to give it a nice clean. And then you've got plants ready to go, clones of the mother plant. But he's got carrots in the back of here. These here, all of this here is condor potatoes. There's half a dozen in here, if not less. And he's been and he's filtered around, and he gets sick of it. I didn't blame him, to be quite honest. He's had to stake the whole plant up. So I've got 4 and 50 litre buckets. He's got 4 or 5 in this section here, and you can just see how wild they are. I look forward to see what he gets out of here. Peppers on here as well, and some lettuce. Down the back side here, the outside bed, got his potatoes, All potatoes looking good. Yeah, he's already pulled up a couple of potatoes here. It shows these are jazzy. The skin just falls off. The soil's absolutely great. Just use compost. Bit of bloodfish and bone in. Been digging away at the ends of there. But I bumped my crop of potatoes. Right, head into the big polytunnel now. In the big polytunnel. Man himself pulling the leaves off. How we doing, Paul? You alright?
Alright.
Tell you what, fantastic specimens easily. I was just saying earlier on, so clean.
It's the jungle lightly like.
He's kept a couple of the sides off here to give a look. See how short these are. They were 21 inches around. Absolutely massive. I've never seen a button that close to the ground before. You're going to have to take 2 or 3 of these leaves off just to try and get up to 6 inches, because the closer to 6 inches the better for quality purposes. You can also use these for heavies as well, which you're going to do is on it. If you get one for heavy, you're going to stick it in the show.
Yeah.
But absolutely spotless. Normally you see, if you've got them in the garden, you see rust and all sorts of bits and pieces. But absolutely clean as a whistle. Got some more radishes in here as well. Was the UK ratwood growing in here?
In that
Growing in the little tunnel next door.
Yeah.
See, anything Paul puts in here, just you create a UK ratwood.
And them lakes is the Cumberland Joe Calvert's new one.
Again, lovely and tidy, lovely and clean. Just seeing before, he was telling us that these ones here, the leaves are a lot thinner. Was it these ones?
No, them are thicker.
These are thicker than the ones that was next door.
Yeah.
Because if they're thinner, there's less circumference to be taken off. Because if you take the flags off, obviously the barrel gets shorter and shorter. And you want a nice circumference and a good height to the button on the leek for quality purposes. Whereas for heavy, you just clean it off, chuck it on the scales, whatever it weighs, that's what the weight is. But I've done an absolutely bang up job in here. And the whole garden, Paul. Man of leisure now, aren't you?
Oh, man of leisure.
Man of leisure.
Plenty of time on me hands, Dean.
Down here he's got some giant tomatoes as well. As you can see, he's a lot more ahead than what I am with mine. That's a brain. Looks like a brain. That's a good size one there. He's stopped all his off at the top here. He's growing them on a single vine. All sorts of different ones. There's one under there as well. That's a canny size one. In there. Some down there. He's got a couple of onions down. Not growing giant onions this year.
No, just for the house.
Just for the house. So these ones aren't giant, they are to some people.
Just for the house.
But these ones are just for the house. Just a couple popped in. But also you've got these ones, these tomatoes as well. Look at the size of the sunflowers on them. That's just a single flower, that. Even the single flower is massive. Growing sunflowers indoors on tomato plants, Paul, what's happening here? Even the top up here. Just mini sunflowers on a tomato plant. We've just grown these ones just for the table. Just for the table. All in there. Yeah, I've just been showing his setup here. For obviously it's a large tunnel. He's got his fans in here as well. Which, like I say, I've got one of my little setup. He's just showing us he added this on this year. Different speed controller, 12 volt 80 watt fan. With his thermostat at the top there. And we hold that. Obviously the thermostat's going up. Once it gets to a certain temperature, that fan will kick in. That's if I'm not hot enough, like. We stand here all day, Paul.
What's it up now?
21.4, 21.6. There you go. Take off in the polytunnel. Like a jet engine. And that cooled down. Not only that one's gone off, but the rest of them ones come on as well. The man with a plan. It's gone down. I think it's below 21 it goes off, doesn't it? Yeah. There you go. That's all kicked off there. And kicked off there as well. All ran off the solar panel as well. There's no other power down here. He's got a fantastic setup which you can just chip into. I can poke in the eye by a leak flag, yeah. But this all ran from the shed basically. Well, I'm not looking there yet. Show you his aubergine. It's massive. This is inside Paul's. This is where the magic happens basically, because Paul sells a lot of leeks. Sells a lot of leeks over the course of the not course of the year, but at the beginning of the season, and it all starts from here. And he's old school as well. He's got an old stove which runs all the way down there, all the way along the bottom there, and all the way underneath here as well. He's got this bench which has got water pipe in it. It's got a water pipe on the inside there. He's got it so it goes at the head of the tank and gets pumped through and keeps his bed nice and warm. And this is where he keeps all of his leeks and everything across here. And he's got here in 10-litre pots his tomatoes, which have nearly run its course, but absolutely huge tomatoes. He's got his long chilies, the size of this, man. Wait a minute, I'll spin the camera on. Obviously, this is about, see, just over 1.5 foot, or just about 1.5 foot off the ground. I'm 5'10". It does actually reach all the way to the top. And these are his long chilies. You get an absolute massive abundance of chilies off these long chilies. I mean, he's got some really nice long chilies on here. Absolutely huge plant. And all that's grown in is used compost, bloodfish and bone, 10-litre bucket, flower pot. Obviously watering from the bottom with a large tub it. Like I say, it's all stuff you can just find, building site or tub lids or anything like that. Now if we continue down the back here, nice big tomatoes, some tumbling toms. Had a few of them, they're quite nice. And at the back, more tomatoes. He's got some cucumbers, some mini munch cucumbers. See, the Bens love just picking these and eating them. So his normal cucumbers here. And then he's got his aubergines, which he's lost a couple. So that one is growing funny. All in 10-litre bucket, that one's going rotten. That one's gone. But it's this one here that he's got his eye on for Marvin at the minute. Look at that. Massive that. Don't like touching another man's eggplant. I'll leave that be, but that's huge, that. Really big considering the plant. Like I say, I've never grown them before. He's grown them a couple of times. From second or third, I think it was last year, the year before. So definitely be giving them another go next year. Mine ain't that big, but it's grown in the same pot. So it must be something that I'm doing, of course. But it's fantastic coming down here because it's got so different ideas, so many different plans, different things ongoing, changes being made down here, which is since the last time I was down. And it's all for the better. Like I see, he's now a man of leisure, so it's not a graft anymore. So it does help with them being able to come down here, doing a couple of bits and pieces and moving on, leaving it for the next day if need be. It was lovely having a chat, and he's currently outside pulling me some strawberry runners off. Oh, they're for me.
That'd be plenty for you, right?
Bloody hell, way aye. That's great, that'll get them home. I'll put them all in some soil. Hopefully I'll get a nice abundance like you've got here.
Yeah.
How many plants you put in there? There's about 6 or something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15.
There's 15.
Yeah.
You didn't even need 15, do you?
No. 15, then butternut squash, which is overtaken.
He's got his pears up the top here, his pear tree. Was that an old apple tree there he chopped back?
Cherry.
Cherry. No good, like?
They had a disease, so I chopped it down.
Mine,
laid the stump on for the birds.
mine did exactly the same. Apart from I just chopped all of mine down.
I'm going to hang some coconuts off and that for the birds.
Alright. He's getting these little baggies to stop the wasps from getting in. So we can actually get some pears this year. Which is a good idea. I'll just leave mine out. It's getting quite tall, that pear tree, like. I'll do some Gonna do it around, nice round.
Aye.
But no, Paul, that was fantastic. Thank you very much.
If you'd been a bit earlier, I just cleaned the bench down with. I had melons grown up that bench.
What type of melons are them?
Sweetheart.
Sweetheart melons.
Yeah.
It's a lovely handful.
So,
Reminds us of something that. Look at the time. It's not 20 to 5. It could be if I didn't look at the proper clock. No, that's great. Thank you very much, Paul.
Ah, you're welcome, Dave.
So I just mentioned about the beetroot before. Paul's just tells us this is what? Cilantro.
Cylindra.
Cylindra. It's not actually a normal beetroot. It's not a round one. It goes in a cylinder shape.
So every slice is the same when you're pickling it.
Rather than a circle one, a small sphere one, which is different sizes in the middle. Ah, never seen that before. You get a fair bit off one plant and all, didn't you?
Yeah. You want a few, like?
I can take a few, I'll be grand. Thank you very much. Right, it's 20 to 2 now, and I came at, I think it was 9:15. No, 9:30 I got here. And I've had an absolutely great time, as I always have. So thanks again, Paul, for your hospitality. I've getting some beetroot. So he's giving us some of that beetroot to try. First one we pulled up was the biggest one that was there, funny enough. I've also getting, obviously, the strawberry runners, which I'm going to need to pot up. And he's also given me a cutting to try grow for off his grapevine. He says it's a seedless grapevine. He's never had no grapes off it yet, so we'll have to see what happens. So he's getting them grapes out this year, but I'm going to go and see if I can root that as well and try and find somewhere for it. Right, back to my plot so that I can get some bits and pieces sorted, and then I'm going to head home. So see you then. Good morning, it's Saturday afternoon. I'm down in the allotment again for a few hours, and I've been buying some more new things. Not only that, I've actually got my dad coming down, who's a Sparky, who's going to come in for the back shed. We're going to get the 12-volt lighting system and everything put on, and all the ends put on correctly with the proper crimps and the proper connectors, so that it's a much more secure and better fitted system. So before that, I want to show you what I've been buying. There's the first purchase. I got sick of pulling this door to and from, and my granddad did as well. Spotted these in the Yorkshire Trading Company when I went down to pick up some more of that drip hose, and they're just the magnetic doors. Just so easy coming in and out. So just, there we go, walk in, and behind us, what it'll end up doing eventually is just closing up. I've done that because that's stuck off the bottom. So they're just held in. I've just put them in quickly yesterday with some of the greenhouse clips, but they do come with the sticky back, which I've got up the top here, and it's all they do is they velcro on, and you can take them on and off in position. I need to be stuck in there a lot more. But this is so much easier just for the greenhouse door. I could cut them down as well if I wanted to. I'm just going to leave that for the time being. But I'm going to fit these onto the greenhouse doors. This one in the middle greenhouse, just to let the air ventilation in as well. That'll help massively. That was £4.99. You can get smaller ones, I spotted. Not only have I getting some of them, I've picked some more tomato to feed up as well, because I'm going to feed heavily. Not only with that, but obviously with the moonshine as well. Not at the same time, but alternatively. But yeah, that's what they were. And I've also been buying more electric spray guns. Now, when I popped to see Paul mentioned that he got one for like 14 quid. Mine was more than that when I originally bought it, but they don't do it anymore on Amazon. So I ended up buying 2 of these, and because they're really, really handy, because they currently go on the end of the Wilco bucket. Where is it? Wilco sprayer. All I've done is taken the end off the sprayer. The other sprayer is kicking around here somewhere, the spray nozzle. I don't have to pump it. I've just put some, so I'm going to give this a moonshine, sunshine, all the plants where it's low light. And I just give it a shake, 50 ml per 1 litre, and then I can just press the button and start spraying. No pumping needed. I've got a couple of different ends of the nozzles, which is great. And I've got loads of bees in here now, which is fantastic. But it's going to make things a lot more easier. I don't have to pump all the time. So I'm going to give that a go before my dad gets here. can store that. So the other buckets that I've got, the other pressure bottles, spray hoses that I've got, I could use one for feed, one for bio, one for the sunshine, and another one for weed killer. So everything's looking great in here. Look at this. Got another one coming down here. I hammocked this up yesterday. This big boy. These are all too early. They're all earlier than what the 10 kilo one that I had for Malvern. But we'll see what happens with them anyways. They're growing great, which I'm happy with. And I've seen a few people are around about the same size. Tomatoes on the inside. We'll have a look at all them later. But anyways, I need to get this done first. Now my dad's not one for the camera, so what I might do is just pop his up into the shed and just time-lapse the entire installation, and obviously tidying everything up, and I'll show you afterwards once he's been and gone. While my dad's on with that, I've just come out of the way. Just a lot easier to let him crack on with it, and I'll just pick his brains afterwards. So I've come into the, obviously here, and I am currently just staking up the tomatoes on the sides here, so that basically I can control where they're going to go. So if I turn you around on this side here, it's a bit yellow. I've just got them going up this obelisk at the minute. I've got the side shoots and everything. The runners. I need to do that one actually, because that one is going up that stem there. And I've got the other ones just pushed through that side, and hopefully we should get some mega blooms off the first truss. Now it looks like there's going to be one on there. These are all singles, so they're all no good on that section there. So I'll just keep on coming along. I'll have a look to see if I can find a mega bloom. There's one at the bottom there, but ideally I would like to get another one or two off the plant. It would be handy. Like, there's no reason why you can't just grow a couple rather than just one per plant. I've got two down here. I need to select which one's better on here once it's all fully bloomed, and then I've got the others to come off. So I've got a side shoot there. I am taking side shoots off. So I am taking side shoots off of them. Stick that in there. But I've got better mega blooms outside, which is strange. I've still got to do this one, but I'm just basically training it to go up the four sides. So up the four shoots, and then on the obelisk, and then we'll see how it goes from there. I've done that one, I've done this one, I've done that one, and I just need to do that one. I have also selected all of the cucumbers for showtime, so I need to hammock that one up there. I've got that one, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 selected, with a 7th on the way. And looks like I've actually lost a plant. This one here, I just don't know what the problem is with it, to be quite honest. It hasn't been over water because they're all getting the same amount of water as I've checked. I don't know exactly what's happened with it. I have left it and I'm not watering it for a little while. The leaves at the top are a bit more crisp. So I'll just see what happens with it. I've got nothing else really to put in here except that I bring one of them muley radish in and put it in here, which I still could do. But as of this, I'm probably going to end up pulling this one out, just because I didn't need any diseased plants inside of here. There'll be something possibly at the root that's causing the problem, because I've checked the stem and it's not been snapped or anything. It's disappointing. Also on the sad news, I've had a look at these aubergines and I've lost 2 of them. I don't know, I mean that's only a little one anyways, but as you can see, there's a huge hole in there, and there's a hole on the other side as well. So this one is absolutely no good. So on the other side, there's a hole there. So if I just take that off, I'll try and get some snips to something like a slug or snail or something like that has nibbled its way in, and it's damaged it. So that's going in the bin pile. It's got some side shoots coming off. I'll just see if I can get another one. It's not going to be ready for the show, but it is what it is. I've also spotted another problem on the other side. This one's split at the bottom there, and that's going to start rotting and going soft. So that one is now no good. You can feel it as well, so I'm just going to take that off and just see if we get another bloom on. So I'm 2 aubergines down, but it is what it is. Just use my PVC pipe cutter just to cut it off. That would have went in eventually. You can see it's starting to rot and mould there. So I'll get rid of them. And this plant is still going. Might get another big bloom on them with one of the side shoots. Don't know, I'll keep it there anyways, it's not doing anybody any harm. So I lost 2 aubergines as well today, which is a shame, but that's growing for you. Nah, it is what it is. Actually, I might get a couple more and yeah, at the end of the season. The problem I've got every time I walk in this yellow polytunnel, it's right in the way of your head, which is absolutely no good. Actually, I was thinking about, I've got a couple up here, which the cucumber's actually above the mesh, and I'm just going to leave it, because why, I don't need to support it if it's already been supported by the mesh itself. I'll just put something underneath it. But the only problem with that is it could get cooked depending on the weather. But it's a trial I'm going to run anyways on one of these, because I'm also going to grow a couple of cucumbers on one plant and see what happens with that this year as well. I'll show you that one anyways. It's behind the mesh here. That's it there. Leaving in and out here. So I'm just going to leave that behind there. Looks a decent cucumber. So I'm just going to leave that behind there. And I've actually got 1, 2, 3 and 4 growing on this plant. I've got a good feeling that this one's going to get head-butted. It's going to get head-butted out the way. But we'll see. I could just take them 2 smaller ones off there, leave this one to grow and leave the one behind there to grow, and that could be my 2 testers which I could try, but we'll see. But these are coming on absolutely amazing, as I said earlier on. I say this one's now 26 inches long, 5 inches in a week basically, and it's starting to come right to the edge of the mesh. I'll have to keep an eye on that. This one that I said I twisted, it's doing all right. I've got a feeling that's probably it. That's as much as it's going to grow. If it's been disturbed at the neck, it could send it into, right, that's me done. Let's get ready to go for seed and ripen off. So I don't think this one's going to grow anymore, but we will see what happens anyways. With the shed as well, I've discussed with my dad regards to bringing power into the polytunnels, and with the batteries that I've got, I could either set a system up in here, or I could just bring a battery into here and obviously get everything set up in any case. Not too similar like what Paul's done on his polytunnels to keep them cool and stuff. Because let's see, I've got the fans. I've got a little fan. I could get another couple of fans. One in there, thermostat for the temperature. Because it does get quite warm in here from what I've seen from the little temperature gauges. It's like 32, 33 degrees in here when the sun's on it. And I could put some shading on. Another idea that Paul mentioned as well. You obviously get some shading for the greenhouse, which you spray on top. You can spray it on top of this to keep it cool. But obviously that's permanent. It's semi-permanent sort of thing, which is not really what I want to do. But having the fans in also helps with the circulation in here and helps stop the spread of mildew. Because obviously with cucumbers and stuff, and pumpkins, that's what you can get. You can get the milky powdery stuff on the leaves. So I try to combat all of that by spraying with the bio and also with some fungus clear as well. Every few days. That's going to help keep the powdery mildew at bay. I just spotted a leaf there which needs to be discarded off. Get that out of here. Right, I'm going to continue tinkering on. I forgot what I said I was going to do. That tomato, right. Got me bits. A lot of time spent busy propping these tomato plants up. I've actually come across a sucker on one of the dominoes outside, that is got a massive root ball. Pulled it out. It already had a huge root ball on the bottom. So what I'm going to quickly do here, I'm going to take this cucumber out. Decision's being made, and I'm going to put that domingo in there, and then see what happens with them. Might take, might not. We'll see, but at least got a good fighting chance with a good decent root ball on the bottom. Oh, me honkers. There we go. Right. So, channel name, Dean's lost the plot. It's because I'm nuts normally, but one thing I haven't used yet, and I have been told, is I'm batshit crazy. So, I've got some bad guano, should I say. I got this off Mark Shepherd. I forgot I had it, to be honest. It's supposedly really good. So what I've done is read the instructions. I've mixed a good fair bit in here. I've mixed some bloodfish and bone in as well. And I've also mixed some calcified seaweed to give it its best start I can. What I'm going to do is just stick a bit in the hole there as well, the planting hole. This is actually snapped off the main root itself, but you can see all the roots that's in there. I just want to stick this in as deep as I can. Just backfill that. And then with that, I'm just going to train it till it goes up here. I'll get that one under there, and we'll just top that one up to there. And I've got all of these spare ones for next time. I need it. Put it aside. Put the mare's tail out of the bed. It's starting to spread right across the garden, this horrible stuff. If I see it, I just pull it out, let the sun do its work. I want to see if I can get some more compost just to fill this level back up, and then I'm going to give it a good watering, and hopefully that should take no problem. Right, I'll go get some more of that compost, water it, and I'll see how my dad's getting on. That's my dad gone. He's going to come back tomorrow morning and finish off another couple of bits and pieces. But as you've seen, he was very busy. I'll show you what he's done. These 12-volt lights here, all of them, all 4 of them, not that one, that's a solar light. They are all now hooked in. And we've got these junctions here. And these junctions can be separated, taken off. So the thought process behind that is if one of these lights goes, I can replace it. And it's dead straightforward to do. So I take it off, put it back on again, which is really handy. And so all I need to do, it's all plumbed in. It's actually straight to the battery. So it's going directly into the battery at the bottom. So all I need to do is just go, I'll do that again, wait a minute. Let there be light. And we have lights. Hey, get in. And if I want to turn these off individually, all I need to do is just push the button at the top there. So I don't have to have all of them on. I don't want them all on. So if I'm just sitting in that corner, I can turn these 2 off, save a bit of electricity, which is handy. And to turn them off, just flick the switch. Job's a good one. So yeah, lights are on. He's also popped a couple of the junction boxes onto here. So we can charge this battery up, for example, and then I can take this battery and move it elsewhere around the garden. He's going to come back tomorrow. I'm getting some more cable for him. And what he's going to do, he's going to create another one so that we can plug like this one on, and then I can take that elsewhere. So and I can just charge any other battery up in here from the solar. So these are all in now. That's all done. I'm going to get another battery because I don't like the look of that one. It's starting to swell on the side, and when you're swelling a battery, that's no good. So I'll definitely be looking at getting a new one of those. I'm also going to get a new charge controller as well. So I'm going to get a new one so that I can actually see what's going on. And I'm also going to get a Wi-Fi switch for over there, so I can just switch some lights on and off if need be, if ever I do accidentally leave them switched on down here. So if I'm sitting down here and I can't be bothered to get up because I'm too lazy, just put the switch on there as well. So I just need to disconnect those two, and then the lights will pop off. I can't take that off with one hand. Take that off, and lights go off. Can I have the lights back on, please, sir? Let's not mess about. I'll do this with one hand here. Well, ta-da! Hey! Good, isn't it? It's only taken 11 months. But, hey, I'm very grateful. Thank you very much for that. he's like, he's going to come back tomorrow morning, do them bits and put a couple of connectors on the other battery that I've got as well, and also take a look into the polytunnels so that we can start getting those hooked up, so I can just stick a battery in and then I can power things inside the polytunnel, for example. Down here on the batteries, previously I just had them loosened off into here and tightened right up, but he's actually went along and he's put the crimps on all over. He's put proper ends on, so it's much better now. So yeah, goodbye. I'm pleased with that. Oh, goodbye. I'm busy charging this unit up here.
Pairing.
Stick that on there. I should charge that up. Right, I'll have 5 minutes and then I'll shoot off home. Immediately, I'm going to remove that battery right now. It's a risk, and I thought it was going to be a problem. So I'm just going to have the one battery down here plugged in. So I'm going to disconnect all of this unit. The swollen's possibly being caused by slow overcharging, or like I say, that's the reason I think I need a new solar charge controller. But I am now going to go through here. I'm going to get my videos back up again on YouTube that I've been following. Take everything off bit by bit, and just to replace it with one battery alone. And I'll sort out something to do with possibly this battery, plug it in. I don't know. I'm going to sort this out now because that's got us quite concerned. So I'm going to get that done, just in case you was wondering and worrying. Because I can imagine people are shouting, "Take it out, it's dangerous." Yes, I know. I'm going to take it out now. Right, a little bit of time later, that's that done. So I've got one single one there. That's going to be charging up this battery. And then I've got my solar charge controller on there, which will be charging both of them. And then I've got the lights on as well. Well, I see the light, I've got the lights on. I haven't got the lights on yet, but I will have the lights on in just a second. So there you go, they're on. And also the inverter will be working as well. So I'll just flip that inverter on. That's absolutely grand. Just to plug the Alexa back in. We are on there. And I'll plug and charge up the USB in. That is now charging.
Hello.
There we go.
Pairing.
Charging me little speaker there. So that's all done. I'm pleased with that. It's much more safer. I'll get rid of this battery out of here so it doesn't cause problems. I'll recycle it safely. It's a shame that, but hey, it is what it is. I understand a bit better now what's happening with these, but that's much better than what it was. And also, like I say, I've got light. Woohoo! That's going to make a massive difference come the winter time. I actually sit with the light on. I want to get a couple more of them because I'm going to put them in the onion house, and also I'm going to put a couple in the polytunnel as well. So I'll get another 3 for them there. I can hook the one in the onion house up myself. That's straightforward enough, but everything else in here is done. So right, that's me signing off for this Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll crack on tomorrow with my dad, get the rest of them bits done. Speaking of dad, it's my dad's 60th birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. And it's his party tonight, so we're going to go and I'm going to have a couple of pints because I think I've earned it. Right, catch you next time. Good morning, it's Sunday morning. Just waiting for my dad to come along and we're going to discuss what stuff that I need to get power into the polytunnels and for all future projects. So he's going to come down and sort that out, and he's going to go and get some he's going to go and make a list of stuff that I need. So yeah, in the meantime, I have brought some peppers down, I've brought the radish down, and I need to see if I can come up with a solution for the new pipework that I've got for the yellow greenhouse. So sitting here, I'm not going to get it done. Let's go over there. Very quickly here, I was telling you the other week about the carrots and how I've got caterpillars on them. And I even showed you the picture of what they look like. Well, I found the buggers. And this is how small they are and how difficult they are to see. I've taken this leaf off as an example because there's loads of them on here. Now you can see here, there's one there. There's one there. There's one there. There's 3. There's another one up there. So I'm going to go and squish them all. There's another one down there. There's loads of them. Absolutely loads of them on there. Now I've spotted them once, that's it. I'm going to go and sit through all of these. I'm going to squash every single bloody one I find. you can see that the new growth coming through is lush and green, but it's starting to get chewed a bit already. So I'm going to squash all of these bloody caterpillars now, as many as I can see. See, prime example is that one there. Lovely and green foliage, darker, older foliage, but there'll be loads of caterpillars on there. Right, I'm going to squash these all now. You won't see a difference, but I know of a difference now. Now, the dove, wait, whatever it's called, it's a butterfly anyways. I didn't even know anything about it, hence the reason why. If it was white butterfly, I wasn't bothered in here. Now I know for next year, so I've already learned what's going on with it. So I've just been around and squashed as many as I can on every single one. That's the most prolific way of trying to get rid of them, and top of trying to use ladybirds as well. But they will only eat the fronds, so they will only eat these bits here. So they won't attack the root, but of course we do need greenery for the plant to grow as well. So for photosynthesis, so keep them clean is going to be a priority. So I'll just keep an eye on the new growth going forward. Continuous sprays. I don't think the sprays go for caterpillars, but I'll continue on anyways. Right, now let me show you what I've sorted here. So on this side here, I've planted the biggest radish that I had. I brought the radish down this morning, and I've got the whole set up with the dripper system all in there. So that's in, that's done. Bit of bat guano and a bit of bloodfish and bone in the mix. Mix it up, let that settle in. Hopefully that will, well, that's going to be late anyways. That's far too late, because they should be the same size as these ones by now, which is that big. And we already have a nice root ball on the bottom. So yeah. Right, let's show you what I've done next door as well, and it's to do with the dripper system. Now, as I've showed you previously, I've got this hose which has already got the drippers in. You can just use it as it is. It's got the stopper on the end. You just plug it in with the system itself. But I like to use them like I did next door. But I had a problem. I couldn't. It was too big. So this is a 4mm pipe and this is an 8mm pipe. So what I've come up with is this here. Instead of having to buy a reducer or buying something else, then like an adapter, I've just shoved a couple of bits of this 4mm pipe up the 8mm pipe and put a T-piece on, and it works absolutely fine. I'll show you 2 seconds. There we go. There's 2 spots in there it's getting dripped down on. So now I know that works, I can actually use it for all of the rest. Because what the plan's going to be, instead of having these drippers in, which as you can see when we do one side, we'll have a circle in there, and then I'll just put it down that way and just have it lower down the circle, that is. I'll do one of these now and I'll show you. So where I had this dripping into one section, I've now got this where I can actually put 3 on, and it drips all the way around. So I've got the good pressure, and that'll fill that up nicely. So that's the kind that I want to do, and I'm going to do it in here as well, all the way around. And I've got plenty of pipe to play with, but that was the stumbling block I had, because this was 4mm pipe and that was 8mm pipe, and I would have to buy some reducers. Well, why buy them when I can just make them myself with the pipe and the stuff that I've already got? Fantastic. So I can sit and do a bit of that sometime. I don't know if I'll do it now or not. To be honest, that feels like it's another day job. Yeah, which I probably will do another day. Let's show you something else that I got, and that is I got a new hoe. No, I haven't left me lovely wife. I'm joking. I've got a stirrup hoe. Now, I seen fellow granddads, and I thought that's really handy, that. So I got myself one off Amazon. But this thing is quite heavy. Let's spin you around and show you. Stirrup hoe. It's a good size. It is quite heavy. I've had to build it myself, just basically squeeze them together and twist. And the bottom one, I've just popped them 2 screws in there. It comes with all the bits and pieces. But I've already been across here, and just the ease of this is just to push forward, pull back, push forward, pull back, like that, all the way around. So all the way around there, all the weeds, get rid of that. There you go. Nice and easy. Back and forward. And clear that area, love you. I've been all the way around the edge there already. I've done a little bit down here. But yeah, I wanted one of them, but the only downside with this, I'll tell you the truth, that is as dull as a butter knife. It ain't good for cutting. So I might have to sharpen that up. File, sharpen that down. But for what I need for just to push the stuff along and get rid of the stuff, that's absolutely ideal. That. So that's something else I'll get. Started lashing down, so I thought that another day is today. So I've made a start here. I haven't even opened the other pack yet, but I've made a start. I'm going to sit here, I'll set these up and I'll just time lapse this, and I'm just going to sit and listen to some music and get all of these done, because it ain't going to take long to do. Right, it's all done. I'm just turned them on as well, just to give them a see what the crack is. And they are all dripping at the same speed, which is fantastic. I've used the pegs to like level them off, so they're not all, they should all be level all the way around inside of a pot. Every single one of them is dripping. If they're not dripping, they are on the side. It's a nice little drip there. But that's absolutely ideal, that. Much better than the other system that I had in, the other stuff that I had in. See a bit on this side. That's only 2 dripping on there, so I'm going to have to make one with 3 on there for that side, so we'll get all the way around. So I'll do that another time. And these are all dripping on here, which is great. Fantastic, all the way around, excellent. Right, that's me sorted for that. I've also had the text to say it's time to go home, so that is going to be me for this week. Well, I'm in here very quickly before I sign off. I've spotted some red spider mite on the floors, so and also on the peppers. So I've cleared all of them off and I've given it a good spray with some rose clear, and I've also been around with the moonshine bio as well. So we'll try to double up with the protection. I've also been down and I've spotted it down in the on the common cucumbers, and I've ended up having to rip an entire plant out because it started to become covered. So I've ripped that out, and again been down there and pest prevented, which I haven't really pest prevented down the bottom. So yeah, I need to keep on top of that. But I'm pleased with how things have turned out. I need to go in the shed and shut the shed down, so I'll meet you in there. Well, that's me done for another week. I've had a productive week off this past week. Not a great deal of it spent on the garden, as the video doesn't agree. It's been all pretty much this weekend and a quick trip to Paul's. So there's been good plans put in motion. That was a nice little job to get finished and sorted after I resolved the matter with the hose pipe and being too big. Inside of here has been made much safer, which is great. I'm getting a new solar charge controller for in here. My dad's going away to basically put a list together of what we need, and he's going to go and gather the pieces and stuff that I need for what I would like, including power, and obviously here sorting out the Wi-Fi for continuous power, and also sorting out power for the polytunnels as well for future work for inside of there, because I do want to, and I mean that them little rally systems are great, but they're running out of battery pretty quick, and one of them isn't working with the solar. It's not charging off the sun, which isn't fantastic. So I want to end up making my own board which has Wi-Fi control module. It has a better pump, and obviously we'll have a battery system put in there as well, so that we've got continuous power, as well as fans and stuff like that. So more fans to help circulate, for air circulation basically. So yeah, lots of plans still to go up on here, but get the base work done now, and then I can just do bits and pieces as and when. Everything is now getting fed, which is great. I'm feeding more now on everything. I am a bit early with the cucumbers by the looks of things from previous videos, but time will tell. We'll see what happens. I've got plenty of stuff to be able to take to Malvern and stuff, and at my show as well. So yeah. I've also been buying some other bits and pieces which are coming today, but you'll not see that in this week's video. I've got more lights for the polytunnels and also for the onion house as well, to be able to hook up, so when it does start getting them dark nights, I can actually see what's going on and what I'm doing. Might be able to work a little bit later on an evening as well, come the winter time, because there's nothing worse than working in the dark. But yeah, that's me done for another week. Thanks everybody for liking, commenting, subscribing, and like I say, it's lovely seeing all your messages. I do appreciate it. And for me, for another week, that is lights out. See you next time.